going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Today is the day. Every Tuesday is the day. Every Tuesday. That's our time. Okay. Me, you, and me. That's our time. So, what I want us to do before we get started, y'all already know the drill. Go ahead and put in the chat where you are chiming in from. Put in your city and state, your country if you're outside of the US of A. Let me know where you're listening in from. I'm always interested because normally there's some place that I've never heard of. It happens without failing. We have got Greensboro deep in on this evening. And Clarkson, North Carolina. Hello, hello, hello. Pray that y'all are doing fantabulicious. So, what we are going to do today, first of all, let me start off by saying if you have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you have your notifications set. If you have questions at any time, put them in the chat. I do see them and I will answer them. Okay. I do my best to answer all the questions that are put into the chat. And put your comments because this is us being interactive together. Okay. That's one thing that I love about this podcast. It is live. So whatever happens, whatever goes down is gonna go down. And it's out there. It's out there. What can we do? So for those of you who do not know, my name is Nichica Melton, and I am a simplified productivity coach. And people ask me often, what does that mean? Because I have never heard of that. Well, I'm the only one in the world. I don't think I've said that on this podcast. I am the only simplified productivity coach in the world. There are tons of productivity coaches, but I am the only simplified. And I got to this spot, this space, because I was chasing dreams, chasing success, my definition, what I thought my definition was, but we're going to get into that in a little bit. And I often found myself just drained, overextended, overwhelmed. If you've ever seen them shows or even the cartoons, if you've ever seen the cartoons where the people, the cartoon is like in the corner and they're just sitting there, that used to be me way back when, because I was a wife, I was a mom of 3 small children. Okay, my children are stair-stepped, my biological children. I also have 3 bonus babies now. They're not babies, they're young adults, they're grown. And I often found myself just lost, my mind in a fog. Okay, I'm trying to get my day going, but I often remember I was robotic. Like I knew my routine: get up, get the kids up, take the daycare, go to work, get off work, pick the kids up from daycare, go home, cook, give the kids a bath, collapse on the bed. I knew how to do that with my eyes closed. Okay. That was never the, the issue. I was in robot mode. That is not success. Okay. I had drive, I had ambition. But what I did wrong, and I want you to evaluate yourself if you have ever been in this space. What I did wrong was I took on other people's ideas of what success was. I didn't realize I did it. Okay. I didn't know that's what it was. I thought I was listening to people that had more wisdom. Okay. Because we have those people in our life. We feel like they see us, right? They see our gifts, our skill sets. They're around us. So why wouldn't they know? They're older than we are in some cases. And so I was listening to them. That was the worst thing I could have ever done. Why? Because I have had to start and stop so many times. It is utterly ridiculous. Let me tell you something. And if you didn't know, I am my guest today. I realized that in starting this podcast, many of you don't know my story and why this podcast and why this platform and why my coaching business is so very important to me. I've had some of the most amazing people on this podcast. And if you haven't already, go ahead and text your people, message your people, let them know we are live. Jump on now, okay? Because I'm going to be giving you some serious nuggets, okay? Serious nuggets for you and whomever else is watching. If you're watching on the replay, make sure you put replay in the comments when you're watching. So, at one point in my life, if you did not know, I wanted to be a cosmetologist. I wanted to do hair. It came natural for me. I wanted to do it. However, I was told way back when, because people didn't respect the art that is and the science that is being a cosmetologist, I was told that the only people who go to cosmetology school are people who could not go to or make it in 4-year universities. So I was like, well, I can make it in a 4-year university. I don't want people to think that of me. So I'll abandon it. I'll let it go. Y'all, let me tell you. Let me tell you about this cosmetology gift. Okay. I'm that person that you do not want sitting in your salon chair. Because while everybody else is yakking off at the mouth, just naturally, I start studying how you're holding the utensils, your instruments, your tools. I'm paying attention to how you flick your wrist, what you do with everything, how you apply the product. Real life example, my daughter, the one that I birthed, my youngest daughter, she wanted braids. I'd never done like braids. I done plaits and cornrows, but never braids. And she wanted box braids. Chad, I didn't know what a darn I didn't know what a box braid was. So while I'm waiting to pick her up from work, this is a few years ago. She was working at a restaurant and she sent me a text message and said, we have some people come in late, which is natural. It's going to be about 30 more minutes. I'm like, okay, fine. So then I gets on the YouTube and I start looking at how-to videos for 30 minutes. That's all the time I had, 30 minutes. Next day, I did her box braids. And they were fire. They looked good. Okay. So the natural thing is there, but I abandoned it. Because somebody's, because it was several people who did not understand, again, the art and science of this craft. You don't want to do that. You don't want to make money in that. And I've even heard my kids say, because my youngest son is a visual artist and he makes very good money. The boy travels all over the world. He's like never at his house where he pays bills. They told them, you don't want to be a artist. You'll be a starving artist. You ain't gonna make no money. Blah 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 blah. Mind you, what he makes could run circles around their thoughts, much less their paycheck. Okay. So what I want you to write down right now, no matter how old you are, that you will not settle. And I want you to put this in the chat. I will not settle anywhere in my life. I will not settle anywhere in my life. Okay. Because what you have, the dreams, the goals, and I understand that for some people they can do a lot of different things. They're gifted in different things. They don't really know what they want to do. And that's where we need to talk. But for those of you who do, and you're pushing it to the back out of fear, because of what other people have said, thought, or done, you think you won't have support. Can I just let you know that there are people out there waiting for you to get your life together in your mind and move forward? Move forward. I get excited about this. Y'all see my screen shaking. I get excited about this because I actually want to see people succeed. I want to see people do more than well. I want to see people accomplish the goals that they never thought they could. And as a simplified productivity coach, I help you craft a vision for yourself. Now we've seen vision and mission statements and all those things for businesses. But how often do you hear, I need to have a vision for myself? Well, here's the thing. If you don't have a vision for yourself, so that you're saying, and you've got the beginning of your blueprint. If you don't have that for yourself, guess what life is going to do? Life is going to tell you what your vision is. Life is going to tell you what your blueprint is. Life is going to tell you what your next is. That's what happens. How many times have we heard, or how many times have you said, time just got away from me? Or I just got caught up in other things. I took a detour. Um, life, come on, Tanya, life got busy. And it's easy to get derailed when you don't have that vision for yourself. So if you have not done it yet, whether you're listening live or listening to the replay, I want you to make a note that you are going to write your vision and you are going to get it done. What's today is Tuesday. You're going to get it done by Thursday. And if you haven't looked at your vision in several weeks or months, go back and take a look at it, because your vision is what's guiding you. Your vision is what's going to help you create your blueprint. Now, there wasn't really a time where I didn't feel like I wasn't worthy. Okay. Even though I know that there are people who deal with that. And can I just cancel that out of your head right now? Can we just annihilate that? Don't let that creep into your thoughts. Because the word of God said that whom he's called, he's qualified, and who he's qualified, he's justified. Okay, then. So what does that mean? That means you're worthy. You're worthy of the success. You're worthy of the overflow. Okay. Okay, then. I know we have that name imposter syndrome, and they've given it a title where you just don't feel like you belong in that space. You're not worthy to sit at that table. My mindset is, I don't understand why my chair is not ready. where's my where's my chair? Where's my chair? Where's my place setting? I don't understand why y'all aren't ready for me. That's my mindset. And that's the mindset I want you to have. No, it's not arrogant. It's not. It's confident. Because if you know that this is where you're supposed to be, why not go for it? Right? Why not go for it? Why not go after it? Why not implement the strategy for yourself? I can't tell you how many people have become frozen in fear. And fear comes from a lot of different places. And fear is real. It is not a figment of your imagination. It is real because fear is not just something you think in your mind. You can feel it. Like your heart starts getting faster, your breathing shifts. Um, if when you go to the doctor's office, if you are scared or nervous, right? And they take your blood pressure through the roof because fear is real. You just have to determine whether or not what you're going after is worth it and press through the fear because there's different levels of fear. Some people say, well, I got a little nervous. Okay. That's a lower level of fear, right? You just have to determine if what you're after, what you're chasing is worth it. Is your success? Have you defined success for yourself? What does success look like for you? Can I tell you what it's not? It's not being overwhelmed. It's not being overextended. It's not being overworked. I had to figure out those things the hard way. Okay. If you're anything like me, your mind is going. And the time that when it likes to go the most is when you trying to lay down and go to sleep. You trying to lay it all the way down. And your mind is going 100 miles a minute. You're thinking about all the things, stuff you were trying to remember earlier in the day, all of a sudden comes to your brain. And then you can't sleep and you're tossing and you're turning. I want to give you a strategy to help you get those things out of your head. And it's very simple. Journaling. I don't mean wake up and try to write a whole passage. No, ma'am, no, sir. No, no, no. What you do is I keep a notebook by my bed, a notebook and pen. It's on the floor. It's not on my nightstand. It's on the floor by my bed. So that when my brain starts going haywire and I'm like, ma'am, can we all just please go to sleep? Can we all rest? Because we all tired. We are all tired. Okay. I will pick up that journal. I will not turn the light on because it doesn't matter how neat it looks. It doesn't matter how pretty it is. You know what I'm saying? And I write down everything my mind is telling me to remember. After I write it down, my mind is free. After you write it down, your mind is free. And then when I get up in the morning, I look at what I wrote down and I know how to navigate from there. It's freeing yourself because your brain recognizes that you got to get some stuff done. Your body is recognizing that it's tired and it wants to rest. Well, your mind wants to rest too. But your mind also knows how important these things are to you. So write them down. Then your mind knows you're going to take care of it. It may not be tomorrow. It may not even be this week, but your mind remembers you wrote it down and that in your mind made it a priority. Back to my story, or I should say my testimony, my journey. So I didn't go to cosmetology school. I went to a 4-year college. I went to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. It's always a good day to be a Tar Heel. Went there for 4 years. Wound up getting my master's degree at Grand Canyon University. Got it online when online was just starting out. I knew that I didn't want to work for somebody for the rest of my life because corporate America, the red tape, the backstabbing, and y'all have heard me call this out probably on every episode. I was tired of all of that. You didn't know who you could really trust. One minute they laughing, in your face because y'all telling a joke or something. The next thing they talking behind your back. I was done with that because in my mind, maybe in yours too, that's some childish foolishness. It's like high school or middle school. And I could never understand why grown folk wanted to participate in those activities. Why do people like being messy? I didn't understand it. So I kept trying to figure out a way of getting out of there. Let me tell you, if it was available as a home based business, your girl did it. Did it. Pamper Chef did it. Mary Kay did it. The only reason I didn't sell Avon was because my skin didn't like all the product. Okay. Jewelry did it. Now, paparazzi wasn't out then. Paparazzi was somebody's idea. And listen, that idea made them a multimillionaire. So don't sit on your ideas, okay? Because you can't breathe without breathing on a paparazzi consultant. Y'all hear me? Okay. I could probably name 5. If it was a home-based business, I did it. I did it. But I didn't do it successfully because it wasn't my calling. It was a hustle. And I really didn't know how to transform a hustle into a business. Now I had been on the conference calls and gone to the meeting. Y'all know how they get you hyped. If you have not, I know you've seen it on a movie. If you've not seen it on real life, in real life, when they come running down the aisle and high-fiving everybody, and people got their phones and they blowing the whistles, and the music is louder than any club you ever been in your life. It's real. They really do that stuff. And for me, I'm not really into that stuff. Like I like to be excited. Y'all see me every Tuesday. The energy is up there. But I ain't finna be running down some aisles. I ain't, it just it wasn't my thing. I'm not knocking it. If that's what you do, that's what you like, then you have found your lane. And I salute you for that. I'm not talking about you. I promise you, if that is your lane, I want you to soar in it because there are multimillionaires in that lane. Okay. I am not talking you out of it. I'm just saying what's good for me. That's all I'm saying. I'm showing about me. And it wasn't my thing. I've done travel, not as a travel agent, but like the travel clubs. I've done so many things. But my excitement came when I was asking God, tired of this rat race. I'm tired. I'm going to stop calling it a rat race. It's a crab race. Y'all ever seen the analogy of the crabs in the barrel? When one starts to go up, other ones start pulling it down, then they crawl on top of each other and pull it's a crab race. That's what it is. I got tired of it. Didn't want to do it anymore. Not at all in the slightest little bit. And I just cried out to the Lord because my first marriage tanked, plummeted. I was in a bad marriage, a bad job, bad mindset. Everything was unhealthy. Everything around me was unhealthy at that time. It's a wonder if I did not literally snap and lose my whole mind. Okay. It's a wonder. Got married again to the wonderful man that I'm married to now. And what he said to me was, sweetheart, you need to lay before the Lord and see what you're supposed to be doing because God has not revealed it to me. Well, there were 2 things that God said do. The first one was real estate. And I did real estate for a while, still do it. I'm a licensed realtor. I have my own firm. Licensed realtor, I have my own firm. Several years after that, the Lord said, You need to show people what I'm showing you. Because there are folks who are in the middle of chaos. They are in their lane, right? You're walking where God wants you to walk. He has planted you there for a reason. But because you don't have the right strategy, because you've not written your vision, you feel like you're drowning. There's also people who are successful in their careers, but there's other things they want to do. It's not that you want to give up your career and you're not really trying to become a business owner. And can I tell you something? That's cool. Again, don't let other people put their expectations and dreams and goals on you. If that's not where you're supposed to be, it doesn't matter who it is, friend, family, or foe. Don't let them do it. And if somebody want, I'm trying not to laugh, but Lord have mercy. If somebody want to prophesy to you about where you need to be, tell them to show you the scripture so you can go talk to God about it. Don't let nobody trap you in a lane that you're not supposed to be in. God put purpose inside of you. He equipped you for that purpose. Okay. And you have a right to not just be successful, but you have a right to the overflow that's attached to that purpose. Hello. I need y'all to put into the chat because I want to make sure you're still with me. I have a right to overflow. I have a right to overflow. So let me tell you how funny God is. Not necessarily haha funny, but funny. Okay. So during the pandemic, God had told me to break away from the real estate firm that I was with and start my own firm in the middle of the pandemic. Let me tell you why that was challenging. Because in my county where I live at in North Carolina, Guilford County, they decided that traditional realtors were not essential. The only realtors that could show homes were those that work for new construction. I just need that to marinate in your shana now for a minute. And God is telling me, start your own firm. So I did it. I have it. It is successful. Hello, it is successful. And then shortly after that, now I want you to start teaching people what I've been teaching you. Because let me lay it all out for you. And I know I'm probably gonna forget something, but there are people in this chat because I see you. I see you see me that will definitely put in the chat and let me know what I forgot. Okay. So I am a wife and I'm the wife of a senior pastor. Okay, senior pastor. And we're a small congregation, so most things fall on us. Mother of six. We're a blended family. The three that I birthed and the three I call them my bonus babies. I'm a mom. Hey, licensed realtor with my own firm, and I'm the only agent in that firm. Why? Because I don't have time. Let me tell you what I do. I don't have time to be trying to keep up with other people and their foolishness. Because folk will get your license. You know what, Wanda? Wanda, I cannot fool with you. Lord have mercy. I know you. I know you will. I know, and Elmira will too. She'll do it nicer. Oh, people. I don't have time for the foolishness because when you have agents under you, they do something wrong, they can get a tick on your license or your license taken away. Like it ain't no joke in the state of North Carolina. All those lawsuits that came up against the National Association of Realtors, and then none of them come from North Carolina, because North Carolina do not play. Literally, we have the hardest real estate test in the country. North Carolina don't play them shenanigans. Oh no, nobody. Okay, let me throw that out there. So it's me, right? And then I have a t-shirt business. I'm an author. I just added another hat. I don't publicize this. I don't publicize this one. Not yet. But publisher, publisher, as well as productivity coach, and whatever friends and family need that work into the vein, that I'm able to do. Because I also have siblings. Okay. I have parentals. I have parents. Okay. All of the things. But can I tell you what I am not? I am not cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay. I have a very concise schedule. And what Wanda, what praise and worship leader, thank you. Yes, praise and worship leader. Thank you, Wanda. Thank you for being on your post, honey. Intercessor, if we're gonna go there. Okay. Hallelujah. Um, I know my NO. So not just journaling, but your no. You got to be okay with saying no, even when it's family, even when it's friends, even saying no to yourself. Oh, wait a minute. I felt that one. I felt that one. Hold on. Where are my sounds at? Where are my sounds at? Because I felt it. I need a ooh. I don't think I have that one. I don't think I have that one. Okay. But even when you have to say no to yourself, your no game has to be strong. It has to be strong. Because let me tell you something. Anything that can pull at you will. Anything that can distract you will. Anything that thinks it has a right will try. Heller, anything that thinks it has a right will try. Okay? Yeah. That one is deep, because self-soothing. Can we talk about self-soothing? Because I am guilty of it. I am guilty of the self-soothing, where we have tapped out somewhere, okay? And we might get lost. You say you gonna scroll for 5 minutes, just check something, on Facebook, Instagram, uh the TikTok. Yeah, by the time you look up, it's been 30, 45 minutes. You're like, oh my gosh. Or you say you're going to take a quick break and you're going to play a game on your phone. And before you know it, it's been 30, 45 minutes. Time gone. Self-soothing. When you get lost in things like that, I want you to note for yourself, red flag. I'm self-soothing. Somewhere, something's out of whack. Somewhere, I took on something that I wasn't supposed to. Either I wasn't supposed to take it, or I stayed in it for too long, or either I was supposed to pass it off to somebody else. Make that connection. Because can I free you on today? You don't have to do everything. Just because you can doesn't mean that you should. You don't have to do everything. And here's where people try to make you feel guilty. If you are in your house, you're sitting on your couch, you laying on your bed because you have designated a time for rest. You're letting your body rest, you're letting your mind rest. And all of a sudden you get that call, you get that text, you get that email. What you doing? Don't say nothing. If people ask you what you're doing, they want something. You say, why? What's up? That's your response. I just gave you something. I just gave you something. You say, why? What's up? Because here's the thing. Rest, resting is not a privilege, it's a right. And you have a right to rest. You have a right to rest. There have been many a times my husband has come in and I'll be sitting on the bed watching TV. What you doing? And I look to the side, chilling. What you doing? You ain't got no work to do. I am working, resting. And then maybe 30, 45 minutes later, he come back. I'm back at it. I'm back at it. I'm back at it. I want you to understand resting is not something you earn. You have the right to rest. And that's true. You can't. And I've done that. let me put that let me put that comment up here. You can, and I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. Y'all have been resting or doing something and you didn't feel like being bothered, and that phone did a little buzz or whatever, and you look down, you're like, I don't want to talk. I don't want to text. I don't feel like being bothered. Can I tell you that's okay? That's okay. It is 100% okay. We are in a culture now, and I ain't gonna call no names because I ain't trying to put no harm, no shade, no disrespect. But they're like, if you're not staying up all night, you're not gonna be successful. If you're not staying up all night, then you're not gonna be a millionaire. Bruh, can I tell you something? There is scientific evidence that if you don't get the proper rest, it shortens your lifespan. It messes with your organs. It messes with your brain power. Like, we're not even talking about the spiritual aspect right now. Because I know everyone who watches this podcast, everybody ain't walking in the same area. I'm talking scientific. Your body cannot heal if you are not properly rested. And you know what? I have a physician's assistant on the line right now who can give me an amen on that. Stop listening to people who don't make sense. Stop. 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 There's a point where your body tells you it can't do anymore. Listen. Listen. And allow yourself to reset. Say no to yourself when it's time for you to go to bed. And here's another thing that I learned. And I learned it this year. Learned it this year. I'm a sleep specialist. That if you don't go to bed within the same time frame every single night, it throws your body off so that your body doesn't know when it's supposed to rest. Like, they've done studies on this, y'all. So when I tell you that you need to be resting, don't be following the rules and the foolishness. Okay? Don't do that. We are seeing too many people who are crashing out. They're young, like they're in their 20s, and they're crashing out because they've let other people set the expectation, and they're trying to live according to other people's expectations. There are grown people in their 50s and 60s, probably even older, that are still trying to live according to other people's expectations. That's dangerous, y'all. That is so dangerous. And one of the reasons that I started this podcast is because I wanted you to hear so many different perspectives. Hear the struggle, hear the fight, hear the resolution, get the strategies. The struggle, the fight, the resolution, and the strategies. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. So when you hear me and you're, well, why did she start this podcast? This is why. When you hear me and I'm passionate about the coaching and you hear the questions that I'm asking, there's a reason. We're going to struggle. We're going to have fights. We're going to have ups and downs in life, period. But you know what? They don't have to be unnecessary. Let me post that part right there. Yeah, come out of those groups. Come out of that mindset that, because can I tell you something else? If you work yourself to death, yeah, your family's gonna hurt, but somebody's gonna turn the page. Mm. Somebody gonna turn the page and everybody gonna keep on living, but you worked yourself to death, literally. Stop. Stop. Please stop. Let me share this with you. Let me give you another nugget. I want you to start paying attention to how you govern yourself in the mornings. Okay? My mornings are peaceful. They have to be, because I know as soon as I pull up to my office, yeah, it's like folks smell me coming. I've had people standing outside the office door, phone. I have literally, y'all, I am not lying. I have literally had people wait for me in their car so that they could meet me in the parking lot and get to me before anybody else does. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you and your life? Like, for real. People have done that. And I have to say, don't do that. Don't meet me in this parking lot. I need my walk from my car to the front door to get ready for y'all. I just listen. Don't take that from me. I tell you no lies, no exaggeration. Your morning has got to be peaceful. That may mean that you're not listening to the news in the morning. It means you might have to check the weather on the free app that everybody else is using instead of waiting for the weather on the news. Okay? Before you leave your house, I know some people have quiet time, meditation time, and then they start getting ready. They may work out. Um, they get their breakfast. I look at my calendar while I'm eating my breakfast. I check my emails and my text messages just in case I got to make some tweaks in my calendar. Okay? Now I don't do lists. My philosophy is, if it's worth your time, it goes on your calendar. If it's worth your time, it goes on your calendar. And if you don't go on my calendar today, we will figure out something later. Okay. 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 Make sure your mornings are as peaceful as they can be. Now, I know that there are some people watching and you say, but I have kids. Okay. I did too. And what I neglected to do was get myself together before I woke them kids up. Because, baby, when them kids get to going, and it don't even matter how old they are, as long as they are in your house, they are thinking about what they need from you, from you. So before you wake them up, and this may mean you have to get up 30 minutes earlier, but it's part of your sanity. It's part of your routine. It's part of your worth and you valuing yourself. Get calm, get peaceful, wake up. Don't be trying to do stuff half asleep. Get yourself together, then go wake the babies up or whatever it is you have to do. That's your morning. Your night needs to be just as peaceful. Just as peaceful. And let me tell you something. A person said this and it made so much sense. Because a lot of people like to work out in the morning, right? For them, it gets their mind going and all those things. No, I work out, but I don't do a hard workout. So let me tell you what Nichica will be. Back in the bed. You hear me laying across the bed, not even in the bed, laying across the bed. Okay. So it's like a light stretching, warm up, might be some jumping jacks, um, something along those lines. But if you're a person that you have trouble falling asleep at night, work out at night. Work out at night. Work out hard. And when I tell you everything in you is gonna be like everything clocking out. Have your set routine. You may be working on different things, but shut it down at the same time every night. Shut it down. Can you train your children for that? Yes, you can. Yes. Yes. Because don't you have a set bedtime for your babies? There's a time to get the baths. There's time for dinner. Go to bed. Or dinner, bath, go to bed. Do yourself the same favor. Shut it down at the same time. Start your routine. If it's soaking in the bathtub to get the woo-saw, if it's taking a hot shower, if it's going to work out in your living room, work out on the side of where your bed is. If your closet's big enough, one day mine is going to be. Hallelujah. 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 Yes, one day the closet is going to be like that. It's not there yet, but yeah, we have goals and aspirations. And then get in the bed. Your nightly routine and your morning routine need to end in peace. Because what we do is we store that stress. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down on here tonight? We store that stress. And it winds up erupting in something else. It will erupt in a piss poor decision that we've made. It will erupt when we're snapping at somebody who really ain't the problem. It will erupt. And I talk about that in my book. Now, BS stands for bogus strategies. This is all marketing. Understand, it's all marketing. Because when people see that title, they're like, Oh my gosh. And they want to open it up and see what's in it. Buy the book first, then open it up. How about that? Cut the bogus strategies, the things that don't work, the things that do not work. Cut them out. Stop trying to make it work. That's another nugget for you. I hope you're writing it down. Stop trying to make it work. We learned back in pre-K, you can't fit around anything or square anything through a round hole, a triangle anything through a square hole. Like if it's round, it need to be round on both ends. Hello? Stop trying to make it work. What I want to encourage you to do, if you know your lane, right? If you know your lane, you've seen a part of the vision, you've got that gut feeling, then what you need to do is sit down and write your vision out. And let me help you. Let me help you real quick. Let me help you real quick. Your vision is not paragraphs, ma'am and sir. It is not. It is not. It's not. It's not. It's just a couple of sentences. It's a couple of sentences. And then start creating your blueprint. But then if you say, well, Miss Nichica, I need help. Y'all see how I got country right there? I need help. I need help, Miss Nichica. You need to be emailing me. Why aren't you emailing me? I don't know. You need to be DMing me. I'm getting ready to put my email address in the chat, like I do every episode. You need to be DMing me. We need to get on a call and to see which of my group classes you need to be a part of. Now I understand. I heard somebody on a call last night. They said, I'm not a group class type of person. I'm a high-end client. I want my one-on-one time. Baby, I'm not gonna say, listen. If that's how you get down, put one foot in front of the other and let me open the door for you. Okay. If that's how you get down, put one foot in front of the other and let me open the door for you. Because listen, I'm with you. What I don't want you to do is struggle. We only have a few more weeks left in this year, and then we're going to be into 2026. I don't want you to look back at 2025 and say, I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I didn't do what I could have done. I don't want you to do that. I do not want you to do that at all. I need y'all to hear me, because a lot of people will start posting that first week of January. Oh, 2025 was this and 2025 was that and blah, blah, blah. I want to talk to the people that have the ability to say, yeah, 2025 was challenging, but this is what I was able to accomplish. This is what I was able to get done, and I'm doing more in 2026. Hello. Okay. I am doing more. I'm doing more. I'm not joining the pity parties of the people who whining. There's no room. Those tables are full. You know what I'm saying? Even if they're not, they are. I'm not sitting at tables, networking groups, organizations where folks are whining. I can't. I can't. Sometimes my filter. What a second. I just don't. I don't go into those rooms. I don't go into those rooms because my voice is not welcome. Because I'm going to tell you some other things. Um, Everything that you're supposed to get done, it is yours for the taking. I am here as that person to help you to create the vision, the strategy, and the implementation. I've done it and I've seen the results. And I'm not just talking about for me. What I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. Let me tell y'all what I'm finna do. Let me get ebonical. Honey, you say you control. Hey Jay, you say I control my 2026, 27, and 28, but your youngest gets your 2029 at her college grad. Listen, as long as you know it's coming, as long as you know it's coming. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start having some of my clients on the podcast to talk about their goals because not all of my clients want to be business owners. Okay? Not all of them do because it doesn't matter. The framework is the same. Whether you punching a clock or whether you are the clock. I don't know how you want to word that. Either way, the framework is the same. And listen, again, if you are not subscribed to this podcast, what are you waiting for? What are you doing? What are you doing? Subscribe to this podcast because the people that are going to be on here, my work is going to speak, AJ. Yes, it is. And it's going to speak what? Loud. Killer loud. Subscribe to this podcast. Get fed and poured into by the people that are going to be talking. This was my one opportunity. I may come back again in 2026 at some point. But if you have not watched all the episodes, you need to watch them. And I'm not saying this to toot any horn because I wasn't the one being interviewed. I was interviewing. The people that were on there are fabulous. And there is a guest that you can relate to and connect with. And we need that. We need that motivation. Even the strongest of people get tired. Do y'all hear me what I say? Even the strongest of people get tired. And you need that pick me up. Now, before I get ready to close, because y'all, I tell y'all what, when I talk to people about my podcast, I tell them, I say, my chat be lit. The chat is popping. The comments are coming, and I love that. I love that. I am so grateful for all of you watching. I have amazing guests coming up. I feel like I've been an amazing guest. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tooting my own horn. Maybe. I don't know. But I have more amazing guests coming up for the rest of December. And I've given myself a challenge. I haven't even posted it on social media yet. Y'all are the first ones to hear about it. I'm going to post about it tomorrow. Give myself a challenge. Y'all, by the end of January 1, midnight January 1, my goal is to sell 200 books. 200 books. Okay? I have multiple books, planners, and I have a brain dump journal. It's not like and I have to say her name because she's Tanya faithfully watches. Her journal and my journal are different. Okay. My journal is literally a brain dump where you put all your thoughts, ideas, if you have sketches or whatever in that journal. Oh, now AJ, let me put that on there. Cause listen, AJ said Samson trusted Delilah because he was tired and needed someone. What? Listen, even the strongest of people get tired. Oh, I'm an amazing guest. Thank you. And here, listen, this is a testimonial to my journal. And it is literally a brain dump. The journal is thick. It's full of lined pages for you to write your thoughts, your ideas, your sketches, your whatever on it. It's just for you. But all the books, my collaboration book are going to be on sale. I'm going to post the link in the comments after this is over, as well as I'll do it on social media on tomorrow. My goal is 200. So if you've got a person who they don't know who they are, they're trying to figure out their worth, guess what? I've got a book for that. If you're trying to get focused because you don't have the discipline in place that you need, boo boo, I got a book for that. If you want to get motivated, because I'm on this entrepreneurial journey and I need to get motivated from other people who have been on the journey and they're the roller coaster ride, I got a book for that. If you say, I need an executive style planner that covers me for the year, that's not dated, that's hard bound, I got a book for that. I don't have all of them with me right now for the screen because of time, but I will take pictures when I post. And I already told you about the journal. So I've got a book for everything. Everything. Look for it. If you're not on my email list, email me and say, add me to your list. That's all you've got to say. And my email is in the chat. Okay. I thank you all for, y'all saw this book. This is your productivity book to help you get your life in order. This is the collaboration book, Breaking Free, the Making of an Entrepreneur. 6 authors in this book that talked about their journey. Okay. As in Bible 200 Soul. Listen, let me post you, AJ. Let me post you. In Jesus' name is done. Hello. Yes. Yes. Oh, hold on. I'm a product of my product. This is the planner. The Minding My Business weekly planner. Hard copy. Yeah, listen. Product of my product. So 200 books by midnight, January 1. Y'all look for the link, look for the post. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Are there any questions that I can answer before we get ready to dismiss? Look, as they say, if all hearts and minds are right. If all hearts and minds are right, I thank y'all. I'll see y'all on next Tuesday where we're going to knock it out the park again. Y'all take care. Y'all be, and no, I'm not answering the question. I'm not answering the question that I normally ask other guests. I'm saving that for my guests for next week. Okay. Jay, I ain't fooling with you. Y'all take care.